screen share. Okay, so let me. Hopefully this works. Okay, good. Okay, so Bella, can you just turn the front lights off so we have just a little bit better? I'd rather get through this and then have extra time at the end. So let me start this up. If you are a person with restrictions, you might want to sit next to somebody that doesn't. Your PIN is 201493. I'm sorry, you can have a nickname as long as it's appropriate. Okay. Maybe something Christmassy or loser probably would not be upbeat. No, it's not. Has to do with what it's doing. Okay. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Is everybody on that wants to be on? Okay. Yes. Anybody else before we get started? Okay. Here we go. One complete revolution of Earth around the sun takes about 1 rotation, 1 season, 1 year, or 1 eclipse. Yes. We'll see if we get, that's what I mean. We'll just go as far as we can. It is 1 year. Very good. Okay. Earth has seasons because it rotates on its axis. The distance between Earth and the sun changes. Its axis is tilted as it moves around the sun, or the temperatures of the sun changes. Yeah, this one, I think this was on your test. Some of these questions are from your test you had. So yeah, its axis is tilted as it moves around the sun. In the southern hemisphere, the summer solstice occurs when the sun is at the equator, farthest south, farthest north, or closest to Earth. This was also on your test last time. Southern hemisphere, guys. That means the sun has to be farther south if they're in summertime, right? Okay. Oh, we've got Elf. That's a nice little. Okay. All objects are attracted to each other by a force of weight, mass, inertia, or gravity. Hopefully we get this one. Yes, gravity. Grandma Doris is coming up. Okay.
You're going down, Doris.
The strength of the force of gravity depends on the masses of the objects and their speeds, the masses of the objects and the distance between them, the weight of the objects and their speeds, or the masses of the objects and their weights. Yes, mass and distance. Sanic. Candy cane, I like that one, yeah. A pattern or grouping of stars imagined by people to represent a figure is a star chart, mythological object, seasonal pattern, or constellation. Yes, it is a constellation. A tendency of a moving object to continue moving in a straight line or stay in place is called orbital speed, mass, inertia, or gravity.
No.
Yes, it is inertia. When a meteoroid enters Earth's atmosphere, it produces a streak of light called a meteor, asteroid, meteorite, or comet.
What was the question?
It's at the very top. Oh, I'm sorry, it's blocked. When a meteoroid enters Earth's atmosphere, what's it called when it goes through the atmosphere? Yes, a meteor. Okay. The constellations seem to move as the seasons on Earth change. What causes our seasons, right? Is it like the moon, the stars move around the Earth? As Earth revolves around the sun, we have different views of the stars. As Earth rotates on its axis, we see different parts of the sky. Or just as the seasons on Earth change, so do the seasons of stars. Very good. Let's see here. Earth's rotation takes 365 days, 6 months, 24 hours, or 1 month. So you have to know what rotation is. Yes, 24 hours rotation. Chester's coming back. Day and night are caused by the tilt of Earth's axis, Earth's revolution around the sun, eclipses, or Earth's rotation on its axis. Day and night. Yes, Earth's rotation. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Russian rat is up. Hey, I didn't know there were such things. Okay. An equinox occurs when neither hemisphere is tilted toward or away from the sun. The northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. The northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, or Earth's axis is parallel to the sun's rays, which I doubt. So an equinox, everybody gets 12 hours of daylight, right? Yes. It's neither tilted away or, again, it's neither tilted away or toward because it's equal. Okay, the two factors that combine to keep Earth and the moon in their orbits. Is it gravity and orbital speed and mass, mass and inertia, or gravity and inertia? What are the two things that keep Earth from going out into space and crashing into the sun?
Me too. No.
It is gravity and inertia. Jester's back. Alien is in. From new moon to full moon phase, you see an increasing amount of the lit side of the moon, a decreasing amount of the lit side of the moon, the same amount of the lit side of the moon, or more of the lit side and less of the lit side of the moon. That makes no sense. Okay, so from a new moon to a full moon, which is what we just started. We had a new moon last night. Yes, it's increasing, it's waxing. Grandma Doris. Because the moon rotates once for each revolution around Earth, you see some phases more than others. A different side of the moon faces Earth each day. You never see the far side of the moon from Earth. The far side of the moon is visible only during the full moon phase. The question was, the moon rotates on a revolution. Again, guys, we never see the other side of the moon, right? Okay, so. Oh, 201493's in. The amount of the lit side of the moon you can see is the same during a new and full moon phase, a new moon and first quarter phase, first quarter and third quarter phase, or a full moon and third quarter phase. So again, same side of the moon, that phase. What do we see the same? It's sort of the same. Yep, first quarter and third quarter. Again, because you only see half of it, right? Half of it's lit. Losers in, okay. The different shapes of the moon from Earth are called eclipses, penumbras, umbras, or phases. The different shapes of the moon from Earth. Yes, phases. For a solar eclipse to occur, the sun must be directly between Earth and the moon must be directly between Earth and the sun, the moon must be directly behind Earth must be directly between the sun and the moon. For a solar eclipse. It is, the moon has to be, again, in between the sun and the Earth. Okay. That's why I'm reading it.
Yeah, I thought that it was a different.
During what phase of the moon can a lunar eclipse occur? Is it a new moon, first quarter, waxing gibbous, or full moon? And I'll give you this, it's not a first quarter or waxing. Again, during what phase of the moon is a lunar eclipse? Lunar.
Oh, sure.
It's a full moon. Okay. You are less likely to see a total solar eclipse than a total lunar eclipse because the moon's shadow covers all of the Earth during a solar eclipse. New moon phases occur less often than full moon phases. Only people on the daytime side of Earth can see a solar eclipse, or the moon's umbra only covers a small area of Earth's surface. So you are less likely to see a total solar eclipse. Again, moon is smaller, so the umbra covers less area. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon is in Earth's corona, penumbra, umbra, or orbit. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon is in Earth's. Yes, it is umbra. Again, if it was a partial solar eclipse, then it would have been penumbra, okay? But it was a total. When are the tides highest? during the moon's first quarter phase, when the sun, earth, and moon are nearly in a line. During the moon's third quarter phase, or when the moon is at a right angle to the sun. High tides, highest tides, strong tides. Yes, it's when everything's in a straight line. Tides are caused mainly by Earth's rotation on its axis, which causes water to move, differences in how much the sun pulls on different parts of the Earth, strong winds blowing water onto the coast, or differences in how much the moon and the sun pull different parts of the Earth. And I don't think it's the wind. Yes. Again, differences in the strength of the sun and moon pulling. Russian rat just entered. When do neap tides occur? Is it at a new moon? When the sun's pole is in the same direction as the moon's pole? When the sun pole is at a right angle to the moon's pole, or at full moon? Again, neap tide's weak. Yes, right angle. Maria on the moon's surface were formed by ancient oceans, lava flows, ice flows, or meteoroid impacts. Maria. Yes, lava flows. Good job. How large is the moon compared to Earth? About the same diameter, about 1/2 the diameter of Earth, about 1/4 of the diameter of Earth, or about 1/8 of the diameter of Earth. That was on our study guide yesterday. Yes, 1/4. Where might water be found on the moon? Is it in the atmosphere, inside moon rocks, near the poles, or in the Maria? Okay, near the poles. But it is but it's not in the rock, it's in the soil. That's why the rock was wrong. Okay. In a heliocentric system, Earth revolves around Mars, the stars, the moon, or the sun. Heliocentric. Heliocentric. I had it on YouTube channel, my thing. So. Okay, the sun. Okay. The solar system formed from an expanding galaxy, a cloud of gas and dust, an enormous explosion, or a black hole. Yes, a cloud of dust and gas. Good job. What layer are you looking at when you look at an image of the sun? Is it the photosphere, chromosphere, corona, or prominence? Again, the part that we see of the sun, that our eyes can see. Yes, it's the photosphere. The solar wind is a stream of electrically charged particles that extend outward from the sun's chromosphere, photosphere, corona, or core. Again, the solar wind. Where does it come from? And I doubt it's the core. Oh, it's the corona. That fuzzy outer layer, that's where it leaves, right? Okay. What do the 4 outer planets have in common? Are they much larger than Earth, made mainly of hydrogen and helium, about the same size as Earth, mainly made of hydrogen and helium, much larger than Earth, mainly made of iron, or about the same size as Earth and mainly made of iron? What do the outer planets have in common? Yes, they are larger than Earth, and much larger actually, and hydrogen and helium composition. What do all the inner planets have in common? Now the inner ones, do they all have rings? Or do they all have abundant water? Do they all have many moons? Or are they all small and have rocky surfaces? Inner planets in common. Okay, good job. In a heliocentric system, all the planets revolve around the sun revolves around Earth is the center of the universe, or the sun appears to move backward among the planets. Heliocentric. Yes, all the planets revolve around the sun. Sanic is up there. Which parts of the sun's atmosphere become visible during a total solar eclipse? Is it the photosphere and corona, chromosphere and corona, photosphere and chromosphere, prominences and solar flares? Which parts do we see during a total solar eclipse? Okay, chromosphere and corona, good job. Venus and Earth are much alike in terms of their size and density, their rates of rotation, their atmosphere, their direction of rotation. Yes, their size and density. Density is what's inside, what sort of weight, kind of. Okay. Which is the smallest terrestrial planet? Mars, Mercury, Venus, or Earth, the smallest?
I think Raina needs to go back to
Okay, Mercury. Oh, people who voted not on Mercury, seriously. Okay. Saturn's rings are made up mostly of nitrogen and helium, ice and water vapor, volcanic dust particles, or chunks of ice and rocks. Saturn's rings, what are they mostly made of? Yes. Chunks of ice and rock. Good job. Neptune is very similar in size and color to Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Earth. Neptune is very similar in size and color to which planet? Think of what they're made of. Meteoroids usually come from debris from other planets, the solar winds, meteorites, or comets and asteroids. Meteoroids, again, chunks of rock in space. What's their origin? Comets or asteroids? Good job. Day and night are caused by Earth's revolution on its axis. True or false? Day and night are caused by Earth's revolution on its axis. It is false. Again, rotation would have been correct. Newton's law of universal gravitation states that every object in the universe attracts every other object. True or false? Newton said that every object is attracted to each other. True or false? It is true. The beginning of spring in the northern hemisphere is marked by the vernal equinox. So you need to know your words. Vernal equinox, is that true for the spring in northern hemisphere? It is true. Oh, Grandma Doris. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon moves directly between the sun and the earth. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon moves directly between the sun and earth. It is true. Loser moved up one. Maria are flat areas once flooded with lava on the moon's surface. Maria are flat areas once flooded with lava on the moon's surface. Okay, true. Okay, Candy Cane moved up. Earth is thought to be at the center of the solar system in a geocentric model. Earth is thought to be at the center of the solar system in a geocentric model. The number of sunspots on the sun varies over a period of 11 years. The number of sunspots on the sun, it should be sun, varies over a period of 11 years. It is true. Russian rat's back. Losers up one. All terrestrial planets have many moons. Is that true or false? All terrestrial.
I think also false.
It's false. Terrestrial means inner planets, by the way, rocky planets. Okay. Most comets are found in the asteroid belt. True or false? Comets, are they found in the asteroid belt? False. Comets are found in the, hey guys, comets are found in the Oort cloud. Okay, Candy Cane's in. The sun's surface layer is the photosphere. True or false? The sun's surface layer. True or false? Yes, true. Okay, Russian rat's back. The force that pulls the moon towards Earth is called. The force that pulls the moon toward Earth. Is it inertia, gravity, distance, or strength? It is gravity. Hey, gravity pulls us towards the sun. Gravity pulls the moon towards Earth. Okay, Chester's moved up. The sun and moon seem to move across the sky each day because of the Earth's blank on its axis. So listen, the sun and moon seem to move across the sky each day because of the Earth's blank on its axis. Rotation, yes. Grandma Doris. Seasons on Earth are caused by blank of Earth's axis as Earth revolves around the sun. Seasons on Earth are caused by what of Earth's axis as Earth revolves around the sun? Yes, tilt. A comet's head consists of a nucleus and a fuzzy outer layer. Would that be the nucleus, the tails, the coma, or the rock? What is the fuzzy outer layer? Okay, it is the coma. Now this is our last one. This is just sort of a bonus. We'll see how much you know about your state, right? Okay.
Oh, I know nothing about.
What city has the largest Christmas tree? Is it Chicago, Boston, Indianapolis, or Atlanta?
Indianapolis is a. I really don't know.
Right. Guys, it's an artificial tree, but Indianapolis has one of the tallest, okay, because it goes all the way to the top of the Soldiers Monument, okay? And I didn't put New York City in, and I didn't say real or fake, right? So, and it's Indianapolis. Okay, here's our final standings. Okay, who was Sanic? Okay, and who was Grandma Doris? And who was Chester? Okay.
I got third instead of first. I've never got first on a quiz before.
Okay. So, that is our Zoom for today, and I'll be sending this out into my YouTube channel as well as my Canvas. So hopefully you'll have a good time with it and enjoy it, and we'll see you when you get back.